Now, does Coileray need to get off social media? Maybe. It's either that or just stop addressing all the negativity about you on the internet. You might already know what I'm going to talk about in this video, or you might not. In that case, that's why I'm here. Coileray went viral the other day. Once again, feels like we've been seeing her going viral a lot as of lately. Anyway, she went viral and responded to the negativity. So yeah. Let's talk about her. Now, Coileray, in the span of 3 weeks, I've spoken about Coileray a couple times already. The first time was when that concert clip went viral where the crowd was doing the Walking Dead challenge. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Anyway, that led to Coileray having somewhat of a breakdown on social media where she was saying things like, I feel like y'all, the internet is trying to kill me. She said a couple other things like the love used to outweigh the hate, but now the hate outweighs the love and it's slowly destroying me. So she went on a very emotional rant on Twitter after that whole incident. Nikki then came to the rescue, gave her a little bit of motivation, so shout out to Nikki for that. I thought that was a really dope move. Now, Coileray obviously went off as a result of the internet clowning her for the dead crowd. Apart from that, she was also on a XXL cover, like a lot of us already know, and I did actually see a substantial amount of hate towards her after that cover was revealed. You might have seen some of it as well. Apart from that, overall, she's been heavily talked about on social media as of lately. I don't think Coileray, the artist, has blown up yet, but I do think the social media personality Coileray has, a big part of why she's extremely popular at the moment is because of TikTok and Instagram. She's super popping on both. As a result of that though, her music has obviously caught a lot of that heat, which makes a lot of sense. Apart from No More Parties, personally I'm not a big fan of her music at all. Her stuff doesn't really appeal to me all that much, and just as an artist and a rapper, I don't think she's all that original, my little opinion aside. People are obviously fucking with her to the point where she's not only been able to build a name for herself, but also to the point where she got a placement on the XXL cover. Personally, I'ma salute anyone who's successful kind of guy because I know just finding that success alone to the point where you build a name for yourself in the industry, that's very rare if we're gonna take into consideration how many millions of people are trying to do the same exact thing. Regarding Coileray though, I think she's gonna keep on elevating and keep on doing great things. With that being said, there's one thing that could potentially hold her back from reaching the top, which is what I want to talk about in this video, so let's talk. Like I said at the beginning of this video, the other day, Coileray went viral, and the reason for that, well, you're looking at that reason right now. The BET Awards went down the other day, actually more like last week, and as you can see, Coileray was posted up in there. Now, when this picture right here came out, the internet obviously had a field day with it, okay? People were cracking jokes left and right. People were comparing her to Kid Buu. No, not that Kid Buu, the original one from Dragon Ball Z. I guess the way she was standing, you know, her posture and all, kinda had that Kid Buu look to it. One tweet that I came across that went super viral said, Coileray dressed like a Subway Surfer. As you can see, the jokes were flying left and right like mosquitoes on a hot summer evening. Some people were also coming to her defense. One tweet said, the way y'all continuously compare Coileray's body to a boy man and then get on here and question why 19-year-olds are getting BBLs, that stands for Brazilian butt lifts for anyone who's in the dark, and why the airport is packed with women fresh off the table, the calls coming from inside the house. Not sure what that last part meant, but this is people coming to her defense. That's what it is. Coileray responded to this by saying, my body is always trending, I don't understand. She continued by saying, is there a certain way I'm supposed to look? Help me understand. Laughing emoji and then the emoji. In the Bible, is it a sin to be thin? Oh, she got bars now. Help me understand. Last but not least, she said, I hope all y'all mothers got beach bodies. And that's where this ends. Like that boy Korn said, I think Coileray's body looks just fine. Actually, I think Coileray's bad as hell. But then again, I might be a little bit biased because I'm not even gonna lie, she's kind of my type. Now, my type aside, this is obviously a conversation of body shaming, which isn't something I want to go too in depth into because I talk about matters that relate to hip hop, the rap industry, and whatnot, so let's stay on track. Now, this is the second time we've seen Coileray responding to what the internet is saying about her. The first time was obviously that dead crowd video. As far as I can see, that whole situation for sure got under her skin way more than this one. Her response towards that viral moment was way more lengthy, way more emotional, and it was way more discussed, as in it started way more conversations. Regarding this viral moment right here though, I don't really even want to make this so much about what people were clowning her for because it was for her body slash posture slash her weight and how skinny some people think she is. And I'm saying think she is because again, she's my type, so I think she looks fine. Maybe you're gonna disagree, but you know what, we're not here to talk about that, so let's keep it moving. I want to make this more about the fact that Coileray is responding to these things in the first place. I don't think there's anything wrong with Karen. She's human after all, like the rest of us, but there is an issue when you feel the need to constantly respond to the hate. At the end of the day, people are gonna hate, right? And especially if you're successful in the music industry. And I don't even think it's so much about having thick skin, because we hear that all the time. If you want to pursue something that's gonna put you in the public eye, especially if it's in the music business, where you might potentially have a very big platform and you will get ridiculed for no reason when you eventually make it, you gotta have thick skin. Yeah, that might be the case for sure. I'm not gonna argue with that, but in a case like Coileray's, it's all about how you respond to these things. The fact that she had that breakdown over the Dead Crown video 3 weeks ago and now she's going viral once again because the internet is clowning her, that's definitely no coincidence, let me tell you that. Because what did I say in that video I made about Coileray and the dead crowd? The second you show the internet that you care, that's the same second they'll try to bury you, which is what's happening right now. Now, bury might be a little extreme, but that's what we call exaggerating in order to make a point. Coileray's getting tested. That's what's happening. She's going viral for the second time and getting publicly humiliated by the internet because she showed people how much the negativity actually got to her. And again, I want to clarify, there's nothing wrong with Karen. I mean, I get really angry myself when people say, that nigga Blackie, okay, he's white. What I'm trying to say is we all care what people think about us to a certain extent. You know, human beings, we're dumb like that, right? The danger lies in giving away your power to a bunch of strangers on the internet by showing them that you care. Let's not kid ourselves. The internet is essentially full of a bunch of strangers who will have something to say about what you do, and right now I'm, as an example, one of those strangers from Coileray's perspective. I just think something like this could be what stops Coileray from really flourishing and prospering. Let me contradict myself for a second and say that you gotta have thick skin in the music business, and I'm not necessarily saying that with this very specific situation in mind. I'm saying that because, as an example, Coileray is gonna face a lot of things behind the scenes in the industry that are a million times more worse than people making memes about you. How she handles those setbacks is gonna determine whether or not she makes it to the top, because even though she is in a really great position to keep on winning, there's still a lot of steps in between where she's currently at and where she could be. By the way, this is why some rappers and just artists in general always seem to be stuck in a constant state of stagnation. They might have a couple hot records, maybe even one really good project, and then after that they stall. And the music might be sounding really great, by the way, okay, but that's only half of the battle, especially nowadays. The music industry is so much more than just making dope music. Being an artist is one thing, but being a good businessman or businesswoman is another thing. And in this Coileray case, how you respond to the negativity, or even if you respond at all, which a lot of times, okay, and that's a better approach, by the way. What I'm trying to say is this right here is another piece of the puzzle you kind of have to conquer in order to keep on being a successful artist in the music industry. Or in Coileray's case, actually having a chance at getting to that really high level in the business in the first place. On a personality level, man, Coileray seems cool, honestly. And I don't know if I'm built different or what, but I don't get off on seeing other people struggle, so it's not satisfying for me to see her constantly taking all this negativity to heart, because that could potentially be the very thing that leads to her downfall. This little negative aspect of her could spiral into so many other negative consequences. I think being a successful artist in the music industry is hard as it is, but it's way harder when you internalize all the negativity people throw your way. A wise man once said, people's opinion of you is none of your business, and by the way, that wise man is me. So Coileray, I just think she needs to stop responding to the negativity. That's really all she needs to do right here, and I think there's a lot of levels for her to reach as an artist in the industry, but she's never really gonna get there in the first place if she stays responding to the hate. Focus on all the good things you have going for yourself, and I want to clarify one last time, there's nothing wrong with Karen, you're human after all, but constantly addressing the negativity, not a good way to go, definitely not. But yeah, Coileray, stop addressing the hate, please. Doesn't do you any good. Lil Wayne once said, hear no evil, see no evil, Helen Keller. You might want to take that approach, at least consider it. Any thoughts on this entire conversation surrounding Coileray? I bet you're gonna have a thing or two to say about it. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's talk about this.